I'm not going to waste your time like other self-help YouTubers. If you actually want to make your canon event happen, make this video full screen and watch this video with your full attention span. Okay. Now, if you have made the video full screen, now listen to me. What is a canon event? Okay. If you haven't watched the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, a canon event is basically according to Google, it is basically an unfortunate or unavoidable event that opens up a new chapter to your life or builds character. So for example, for Peter Parker or Spider-Man, his canon event was his uncle dying and him being bitten by a spider. These were two very unfortunate and unavoidable events, but they opened up a new chapter for his chapter to his life, and that is him being Spider-Man. Let's take the example of Batman. Batman, yeah. For Batman, his unavoidable event or unfortunate event was his parents being shot, but that built his character, and that led him to be the hero of Gotham. In the May of 2022 was the time my canon event happened. I know no one asked, but still I'm going to tell you my story. So, I broke the ligament of my right knee in, I think, the first week of April by playing football. Well, I don't know how to play football, but I still play because what is football? It's just running behind a ball. Yeah. So I broke the ligament of my right knee by playing football, and that led to me due to that injury, which was an unfortunate event, I was put to bed rest for about 4 to 5 weeks. Actually, for 6. Yeah. So I was in bed rest for around 6 weeks, and due to that bed rest, I got morbidly obese. And by morbidly obese, I mean I became like a avocado. Yeah, so I became morbidly obese and severely depressed. Now, stop laughing at me. I will call that depression because I was I didn't want to live anymore and I wanted to end my life. But I didn't. Yeah, so I became morbidly obese and severely depressed. I actually wanted to change my life. I knew that that my life was shit, and I actually wanted to improve it. And for that, I searched on YouTube on how you can improve your life. And then I stumbled upon a specific genre of videos. Embrace masculinity, reject modernity. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah. So I stumbled upon those embrace masculinity videos, and I started watching them, and I got interested in them. I was influenced by them, and was becoming like one of those trying to become one of those alpha male personalities. I was like, yeah, I'm a masculine man, embrace masculinity. Even though I was filled with estrogen because I still was eating junk food. Yeah, so I stumbled upon these embrace masculinity videos. And then I found a YouTuber who went by the name of Hamza. Now, Hamza was a self-improvement YouTuber, and his advice changed my life. He was basically the spider for me. Like, imagine me being Peter Parker and Hamza was the spider that bit me. He changed my life. His advice, which I took very seriously, his advice was to go to the gym, start eating healthy, instead of beating your meat, do something productive, blah blah blah. And before I knew it, my depression was cured. I lost around 20 kilograms. For those who don't know what is 20, for those Americans who don't know what is 20 kilograms, 1 kilogram is equal to, I think, 2.2 pounds. So calculate it yourself. Before I started watching Hamza, I was 100 kilograms, which is 220 pounds. And after I took his advice, within 2 months, I lost 20 kilograms. Right now, I am around 80 kilograms. Yeah. And I am still cutting now. Because I was on bulk recently. So, this topic is for another video. So, yeah. Me getting the ligament injury and becoming morbidly obese and severely depressed was an unfortunate event. But it made me who I am today. It made my character. It helped me to improve my life. Right now, I am the happiest I have ever been in my life, to be honest. So, yeah. Now, let's stop talking about me and let's start talking about you. You, the viewer. Now, I don't like, if you have watched this far, your life is pretty much shit. You have watched this far because you want a canon event to happen bad enough. You have watched this far because your unfortunate event is going on right now. And do you know what that unfortunate event is? My friend, right now your life is full of shit. You are shit, the food you eat is shit, the friends you are with are a fucking piece of shit. Your life is shit. Everything is shit. Yeah, so basically your life is shit. That is your unfortunate event. This means your canon event is closed. You have watched this far in this video because you want a canon event to happen bad enough. You want to improve. You want to get out of a depressive rut. And that's the spirit you need to actually change your life and make your canon event happen. Now, as I previously mentioned, your life is full of shit. You are shit. But this shit life is actually an advantage to you. Do you know how? Because this shit life is giving you the drive and motivation to improve it. I know that makes no sense. Actually, it does. So, shut the fuck up. Yeah, this shit life is giving you the motivation to actually become a better person and to become happier. And do you know how you can fix this shit life? I'm giving you 4 options. Option 1, start self-improvement. Option 2, start self-improvement. Option 3, both 1 and 2. Option 4, all of the above. So, there is only one solution to actually fix your life and to make your canon event happen. And that is start self-improvement. Start improving your life. Start improving yourself. Put your head down and start improving yourself. That's just the only solution to fixing your life. It's as easy as that. And especially you have water in it. Yeah. So how will this video go out? One second. This video is a complete guide for you to fix your life and make your canon event happen. This video is divided into 6 chapters, and each of these chapters will educate you, will give you the knowledge and the actionable steps to actually fix your life. if you don't understand anything like in a specific chapter, rewatch it again. And if you still don't understand, I think ask in the comments. Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's get into chapter 1. Chapter 1. Doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Now, I heard this quote for the first time in a Hamza video, and it changed my whole mindset. What this quote really means is taking action when you don't feel like taking action. Again, I'm going to tell you, this quote means taking action when you don't feel like taking action. Now, how do you do the hard work when you don't feel like it? The number one way to take action is just take the action. Just don't think anything and just take action. I know this advice seems a bit dumb, and it is, but this advice has helped me and countless other people to start self-improvement and start fixing their life. If this advice has worked for them, this advice will work for you. So, how do you do the hard work when you don't feel like it? Just take action without thinking. Your first actionable step is do 20 push-ups. Pause this video, do 20 push-ups. I'm not going to do 20 push-ups because I trained chest today. So, I can't. So yeah, I'm not giving an excuse. You're giving an excuse. So shut the fuck up. So, yeah. So in summary, the first step you can actually take to improve your life is taking action when you don't feel like taking action. Not listening to your emotions, not listening to your lizard brain, not coping and shit and being like, oh, it's okay, I will do this after this video ends. No, you're a little bitch, bro. Do this video, do that right now. Motivation is not constant. Sometimes you will be highly motivated and sometimes you will be highly lethargic and depressed. The main thing that will drive you to do the hard work will be discipline. Now, most probably you, the viewer watching this video, has a low self-esteem and you'll be saying things like, oh, I don't have discipline. If I would, why would I be watching that video? First of all, build your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is the most important thing. So yeah, say to yourself, I'm the most disciplined person in this entire world. And that's how you will do the hard work. You will become disciplined. Also, keep in mind that discipline is not, you will not become disciplined in one day. Discipline is just like your bicep. It's a muscle. If you train it regularly, it will drive you to become the greatest human of all. You will become a warrior if you actually train your discipline every day. And yeah, so chapter 1, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Take action when you don't feel like taking action. Now, there are some days when you don't feel like going to the gym or you don't feel like meditating or journaling. Well, that's completely okay because it's a part of you building your discipline. But if you start coping and saying things like, oh, I deserve it, or oh, it's just one day will not ruin my physique. My friend, answer one question. Are you a little bitch? No. I am serious. Are you a little bitch? Are you a little bitch that you are actually coping and saying to yourself like, oh, I deserve it? If you're actually doing that, you're a big fat pussy. If when I see people coping, I sometimes feel like starving them to death and playing with their blood. Sorry for being violent. I'm just too influenced by Patrick Bateman. Sorry, that was a joke. Please, YouTube, don't demonetize me. Yeah. So, make yourself accountable for the mistakes you make. For example, you don't feel like going to the gym. Instead of saying things like, oh, it's just one day, you could have said to yourself like, I'm not going to the gym today, and I am making myself accountable for. I am accountable for that. Sorry for stammering. I'm not going to the gym today, and I'm making myself accountable for that. I assure I will not make this mistake again. Me not going to the gym is wholly my responsibility and no one else. It's as easy as that. Instead of coping and saying things like, oh, I deserve it, just say to yourself that I made a mistake and I am accountable for it. I take the whole responsibility. It's just easy as that. This chapter might feel like useless. You might think this chapter is useless, but this is one of the most important chapter in this video, because going to the gym is just one small factor. For example, if you start procrastinating someday, and you start coping and saying things like, oh, it's just like one day, I can procrastinate for one day. That's coping. You can literally waste a whole day through coping. Let's take another example. Porn. Most people know that porn is not healthy for them, but they start coping and saying things like, oh, it reduces the chance of, I think, testicular cancer. Yeah, it reduces the chance of testicular cancer. Masturbating helps me relieve my stress. Dude, masturbating does not relieve your stress. It creates your stress. Masturbating is literally thanking your bully for punching you soft. Like for punching you a little weak than usual. Yeah. Masturbation is another video. I'm not going to cover it here. But see the problem. You coping can actually lead to very bad decisions. It can waste your whole day. It can make you weaker. It can ruin your physique. You can, for example, in the holiday season, you can say to yourself, oh, I'm going to eat this holiday season because holidays come once in a year and blah, blah, blah. And you just go in like a 2-week eating spree and you absolutely ruin your physique. That's why take this chapter seriously and stop coping. Chapter 3. Exercise. Going to the gym or exercising and lifting some heavy ass iron is the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing in the list you can do. Literally, all you have to do is go in the gym, lift some fucking iron and build muscle. You don't even have to be smart. You can be retarded and you can have big muscles. This is the fucking easiest thing that will actually make your life better. Scientific studies have shown that exercise not only improves your physical health, but also your mental health. So yeah, it's a win-win situation. And it's literally so easy. All you have to do is go to the gym, lift, come back, eat. It's as easy as that. Now, if you are starting out in the gym, you know what's my advice to you? Like, I've been going to the gym for about 6 months now. You can see my muscles. Yeah. What my advice to you is, explore. Explore the gym and see what interests you. Like, it can be anything. It can be weight. For example, for me, it was weightlifting was always like my interest. Weightlifting and combat sports. So you can do anything. If you like combat sports like boxing, MMA, you can start out with that. If you like gym, like lifting heavy weights, you can start out with bodybuilding. If you like bodyweight exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, dips, you can start calisthenics. If you're like a 40-year-old, you can start with CrossFit. Easy. Like go to the gym right now. Even now, you will cope and say things like, "Oh, it's 11 p.m. I can't go to the gym." No, go to the gym right now. Fucking step in the gym, flex your muscles, and then come back to this video. Something, yeah. It's the easiest thing you can do. It will improve your mental health, physical health. It will make you look jacked. It will get you fucking girlfriends, boyfriends, I don't know. It will literally improve every aspect in your life. Gym. Now you've been going to the gym, you have been lifting weights, building an aesthetic body, you have been like taking action, you're like doing hard things when you don't feel like doing hard things and all that. You're making yourself accountable for the things, for the mistakes you make. But none of that matters if you're a fucking retard. None of that matters if you're actually retarded. None of your bench press PR doesn't matter if your IQ is in 1 digit. So, chapter 4, knowledge. Knowledge is one of the most important things in life. Now, I'm not talking about the formal knowledge that you get from school, like a square plus b square is equals to, I don't know what it is equals to, yeah, c square. Know that? Sorry. Yeah. So formal education, I'm not talking about formal education, I'm talking about actual education and education that will actually help you. And for me, the education that has actually helped is education of my health, my both physical and mental health, and education of financial education. Now, the number one best, if you most probably, if you're watching this video, you're about 13. You're about the age groups of around 13 to 18. So most probably you will be in school and you don't have time for extra education and all that. What I want you to do is, when you go to the school, you walk to the school or you take a bus to the school, take your AirPods or headphones with you and also your phone and listen to podcasts. Podcasts are the number one game changer. You can literally you're literally lifting weights in the gym and you can literally listen to a podcast. I listen, when I go to the gym, I literally listen to this one podcast called the Human Lab. Most dumbasses listen to folk music. I listen to knowledge. That's how smart I am. Sorry for the narcissistic behavior. Anyway, podcasts is the best thing for knowledge. Literally, when you're traveling, of podcasts. Some of my podcast recommendations to you are Human Lab. If you're interested in biology and neuroscience, that shit will actually change your life. The Human Lab gave me the knowledge to improve my sleep and my productivity, and also to build muscle. Next, if you're interested in financial stuff, you can listen to the podcast of Alex Hormozy, Ali Abdal, Steve Barrett. His podcast is Diary of a CEO, etc. Now, podcast is one thing. You can listen to podcasts when you're traveling. Now, the best thing, if you actually want to gain some knowledge, is books. Now, you'll be copying and saying things like, "Oh, I don't have time for books." I have to go to school and shit. You know, 70% of your time in school is waste. You know, you're talking to your classmate, the teacher is yelling at someone. Only 30% of your time the teacher is actually teaching something, and that teaching is also very useless. If you're actually smart, you can literally study that shit in around 2 or 3 hours. So, take a book to school and read it. It's as easy as that. Stop listening to your dumbass teacher. I mean, you should listen to your teacher, but if the class is wasting their time, if it's a substitute teacher, stop sitting with your degenerate friends and start reading. The number one best books, if you actually want to gain knowledge, are this. How to Get Rich. This will give you all the financial knowledge. And this is the best financial book I have ever read. Next is The Way of Men. Fucking incredible book. If you actually want a happy life, you can read Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Next, if you want to become like a fucking Sigma male and shit, you can listen, you can read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Next is the most important book, and you have to read it. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This book will help you make friends. This book will help, will give you the knowledge to raise a fucking girl. To raise everyone. This book is both a good financial book and a good book for life. Literally. So you have to read it. Now, yes. These were my podcast and book recommendations for you to gain knowledge. And for those of you thinking I'm still coping and saying I don't have time for it. And criticizing me because I said don't listen to your teacher. Not to flex on anything, I am a fucking A+ student. I usually get second or third rank. I am the fucking topper of my class. Most students are here and I am here. This is narcissistic behavior, but this is true. So yeah, stop coping and shit. School studies are very easy. If you're actually smart, you can cover all your course in around 2 to 3 hours. It's as easy as that. And for those of you also saying I live in America or UK, my courses are very difficult. Nigga, I literally live in India. India has the fucking most difficult courses ever. In India, if you go to the fucking toilet, you have to solve a fucking Pythagoras theorem. I don't know one else, but I just ate the best butter chicken of my life. Okay. Chapter 5. Prioritize delayed gratification over instant gratification. Now, what is delayed and instant gratification? You might ask, you dumbass. Okay. Let's understand those two terms with a social experiment. A very famous social experiment, actually. I think it was done in the 1960s or 1970s. In, I think, 91 second. Let's search. When was the social experiment done?
When was bullshit done?
1972. The marshmallow social experiment was held in 1972. Now, if you're a dumbass, you'll be thinking of that marshmallow DJ producer. Fuck no. I'm talking about a social experiment. Sorry. Okay. So in 1972, around 100 kids were gathered. I don't know 100, I just said 100. I don't know why. Yes, 100 kids were gathered in a room, and each of them was given a marshmallow. And with that marshmallow were two choices. The kid could eat this marshmallow right now and can like uh, get the pleasure of it at that instantly at that time only, or the kid could wait 15 minutes and the marshmallow will double. This means on one hand, the kid can has a choice to eat the marshmallow instantly and gain pleasure, but on the other hand, the kid has a choice to wait for 15 minutes for another marshmallow and then get more pleasure. And this pleasure will be more lasting than the other one, because there are two marshmallows. It's basics maths. Okay. Most of the kids failed. Do you know why? Because most kids learn from their parents. And most parents these days are fucking dumbasses, degenerate people. These are the same people who have caused the recession, because that's how dumb they are. So yeah, let's not talk about them. Most of the kids failed, and only some, like 2-3%, were given to another marshmallow because they waited. Most people chose instant gratification over delayed gratification. Now you'll be thinking, yeah, but this experiment is for kids and kids are dumbasses. I know, but adults are more dumbass than these kids. For adults, it is not a marshmallow, it is something else. It's a fucking bottle of whiskey, not whiskey, a fucking bottle of beer. They know that beer will harm their health, harm their physique, harm their mental health, and they will be hungover after drinking that beer, but they still drink that beer because they want that instant gratification. But on the other hand, some adults who are the top 1%, top 2%, top 0.1%, they are... I'm sorry, my mom walked in and she was asking me what the fuck am I doing in front of a camera. So anyways, now my room is locked. Okay. So where was I? Yeah. The smart adult knows that if they drink a beer, it will ruin their health and ruin their physique and all that, So they reject the beer and instead focus on themselves. This is instant gratification versus delayed gratification. So in short definitions, instant gratification is experiencing the pleasure first, which is short term, and the pain of regret later. And delayed gratification is experiencing the pain first, which is short term, and pleasure later, which is long term. That's instant and delayed gratification. So how does instant and delayed gratification has to do anything with making a canon event happen? Imagine this. A big part of self-improvement is going to the gym, meditating, and not wasting your time, not beating your meat. How are these things possible? They are only possible because of delayed gratification. Gym is not, you cannot go to gym for 5 minutes, do one bicep curl and think you will look like David Lade or any Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is not a bodybuilder, sorry. Like Chris Hemsworth. Gym is the best delayed gratification activity ever. You will not see instant results, but you still go to the gym because you know someday you will achieve your dream physique. That's the best example of delayed gratification. So, to make your canon event habit to improve your damn life, you need to prioritize delayed gratification over everything. Everything. Instant gratification. Right now, your life is shit. So, delayed gratification is there and instant gratification is there. Make it like this. Your delayed gratification should be your first priority. And you also need to reduce your instant gratification activities. For example, procrastination. Procrastination during that time seems pleasureful. Like scrolling on YouTube seems, or Instagram Reels or TikTok. See, at that time seems pleasureful. But then you realize you have wasted so much time and then you have the pain of regret. So reduce your instant gratification activities. Instant gratification activities also include masturbating, eating junk food, as I said, procrastination or scrolling on TikTok, etc. So, in conclusion, prioritize delayed gratification over instant gratification. Yeah, that's it. You know what? You can also take instant and delayed gratification as another example. You know, cold showers and hot showers. You know, these days, as cold showers are they're saying that cold showers are good for our health. Bad showers are not. Bad showers ruin our skin, ruin our hair, etc., etc. Cold showers and hot showers are the best example. You know why? Cold shower. When you get a cold shower, it's fucking painful. But that pain doesn't last very long. You know, if you take cold shower for 5 minutes, that pain will last 5 minutes. But its benefits, for example, increased energy, feeling more fresh, improved skin, improved hair, you know, improved sleep. Cold showers is the best example of delayed gratification. Experiencing the pain first, which is short term, and pleasure later, which is long term. While hot showers, on the other hand, reduce your energy, make you less energetic, is not good for skin health, is not good for your hair, and also not doesn't make you feel very fresh after a shower. So you feel pleasure if you stay in the hot shower for 5 minutes. You feel pleasure for 5 minutes, but all the pain you experience it after, which is usually long term. So yeah, in summary, prioritize delayed gratification over instant gratification. And yes, chapter 6. Your mental health. Do you know, right now, as I mentioned, your life is fucking shit. But your shit life is not a disease. You know, you're depressed. Your depression is not a disease. Most people call it a disease. You know what it is? It is a symptom. Now, a symptom of what? Your depression, your shit life is a symptom of your bad mental health. No, so in this video, since the start, I have been telling you guys that in order to make your canon, in order to improve your shit life, you need to start self-improvement and all that shit. But self-improvement will not actually improve your shit life. Self-improvement will improve your mental health, which will give you the energy to improve your shit life. So it's not direct. So it's indirectly the same, but in a more philosophical way. So yeah, your mental health should be your first priority. In all the ways I have told you. For example, you're taking action and you don't feel like taking action. Exercise, blah, blah, blah. All that are will improve your mental health. And your mental health will improve what? You dumbass. Your mental health will improve your shit life, and will make your canon event happen. It's as easy as that. Why do I keep saying this phrase? It's as easy as that. Now, it's... Keep watching. Okay. This video has not ended right now. So, people don't talk these days a lot about mental health, especially men's mental health. Right now it's, I think, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. But no one gives a shit. If it was Women's Mental Health Awareness Month, everyone would be like, yeah, Women's Mental Health Awareness Month. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let's not talk about that because people will call me misogynistic. But this is part of the matrix. Now, this is not part of the video. You can keep watching. I don't know, I will just rant about the matrix. This matrix doesn't want you to be happy. This matrix is the reason that you have shit mental health. This matrix is the reason your dad, your mom are fucking poor. This matrix is the reason you're morbidly obese, you're severely depressed. But the matrix is actually smart. The matrix is smart because, as I mentioned, a person who has a very shit life, his shit life will give him the drive to improve. But what the matrix does is that the matrix keeps most of its citizens down, severely depressed with bad mental health. But they don't want to make their mental health very bad, because if their mental health is bad, they will have a very shit life, and a very shit life will obviously give them the drive to improve it. So what the matrix really does is it just makes its citizens' life bad, but not that bad that they actually think they actually get the drive to improve. But I realize that some people's life I think the matrix glitches or something. It's all just conspiracy, by the way. Glitches or something, and some people's lives are just fucked. Their life is way too shit. That's why they get the drive to change. Now, if you have watched this far, also the matrix part, you deserve your canon event to happen. I'm not even kidding. You actually deserve your canon event to happen, because you have watched this far. You have at least made the effort to watch this far, and for that I am proud of you, brother. Inshallah. I am not Muslim, by the way, but still, yes, I am proud of you. I hope you escape out of this dumbass matrix. I hope you cure your depression. If you like the video, I think subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, drink some coconut water.